Hello, Flosstube. Welcome to my channel, my humble little channel here, where I like to share my cross-stitching journey. Welcome back. Welcome if you are new, dropping in. I hope you see something that you like. And today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. We all know that I have trouble with dates. So I made sure I looked that one up and I almost forgot again. So yes, today is Wednesday, March 11th. Happy March, everyone. We're just right around the corner from the official start of spring. I am very excited and I have absolutely loved it since we have longer days now, daylight time, and that is just, I have totally enjoyed that. So now, if the weather will cooperate a little bit and stay stable, that would be also nice. But hey, we can always stay in and do air cross stitching. So I have quite a few things I want to talk to you about today. Since I last filmed in January, I have gotten into quite a many little projects. Oh, and I have done a lot of starts and restarts. So yeah, a lot to talk about. So I hope you have a beverage, a snack, or some of your stitching that you can do while you're watching this video. So I think the first thing I want to talk to you about is a couple of projects that I'm doing from a magazine. This I did show this on my last Flosstube, I think. And I did show some of this on my Instagram. But it's from the book, The Cross Country Stitching, October 2007 magazine. Now, I know that there are a lot of you out there that probably had subscriptions to this magazine back in the day, just like I did. I loved this magazine, and I collected quite a few. And at one point, I did give some away. I wish I had never done that. But I am thankful for the magazines I do have left. So this one right here is the one we're going to talk about for a few minutes. And I absolutely enjoy each project that I have started from this book. So we're going to go over to the first project, which is called Honor and Majesty. Has a Bible verse. Now, I will read it before I show you the project. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Psalm 96, verse 6. So here's what we got. We've got the sampler, all these motifs, the houses. I love stitching houses, the trees, the wildlife, all kinds of birds, bunnies, owls, and just some sweet motifs down here. So we have all of this. And I started this, if you saw my last Flosstube, I started this on a 14 count oatmeal Aida. And I even posted some pictures of this on my Instagram. And I was stitching along, just enjoying my stitching. And quite a few people, responded, and they were really liking the owl and the birds and stuff in this project. So I'm stitching along in this, and I get over here, I think to the owl or maybe this little bird. And I realized as I looked at this, I thought, this looks off. Sure enough, it was way off center. The owl should have actually been way back over in this direction. And so I was way off center with this, and very disappointed because I started counting to see how much of the edge I would have left before I continued to stitch. And I was only going to have, like, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 spaces left on the edge of that. So I was chatting with my friend, messaging with my friend Christine at Calico Whimsy, and I was telling her my problem. And I decided, at that point, I was going to just keep stitching, and let it be what it is. And I did. I, went on to stitch part of this tree right here. And the more I did it, kind of the more panicked I felt. And I thought I just didn't want to do all that stitching and then maybe not be able to use it. So I restarted it on a 18 count Rustico Ada. I actually restarted it on several different fabrics and was not happy. I'm still not completely happy with the Rustico Ada. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bear with me if it's not. So I was not completely happy, but I thought, once I get the stitching done, then it will look good no matter the fabric. So as I started stitching again, I got in the middle. I think I got this bird done. I got this heart, this owl, some of the fencing, and this post that goes all the way up with this little bird. And then I've started this part right here. This, actually, this is stitched. It's just this fence post is not back stitched yet. And it's looking good. I'm enjoying the back stitching. It's not too it's not too crazy, but it's enough to enjoy it, So here is my new progress on this. And as you can see, I've done a lot of my back stitching already, and my French knots are in there to look like nails and the fence. So there we are. I'm looking forward to making more progress on this. And actually, I don't know if it's going to be worth it, but I may actually take the little face of the owl and rip the stitching out of that, because you can't see his eyes. And I made a mistake on the first, when I did this on the the 14 count Ada and used the wrong color for the face, but it actually ended up looking better than this did. So just for comparison, the face is kind of called for a peach, or not a peachy color, like a light red kind of color. And on this one, look how much better this looks. So I'm absolutely thinking about changing that. Yeah, maybe a little too picky about it, but when I compare the two, I just love the mistake I made in the little face. So yeah, I have to decide if I really want to tackle that or just keep moving on. Okay, so I have another project from this same book. Let me get over to my page. Now, I am not sure I don't think I ever found like a name put to this project, but it's really cute. It has a Bible verse on it too. It says, "Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith," Hebrews 10:22. Now, this is a cute little sampler with all kinds of little motifs. So here we go. All the little motifs. Now, let me tell you, when you look at the picture that's on here, the colors do not come up true to what they are in person. But I did do some color changing. If you have this book and you see me stitching it and you decide that you want to stitch this, or if you end up finding this book somewhere or this magazine, I will be more than happy to tell you what I did for my color changing. But here we are. And I actually did, or started, I've not finished it, a little small with this bird right here. I will show that in this video or the next week's video, whichever I get time for. But I did start just a small with this because it was so fall looking. The colors are very fallish, and it's got all these little acorns here, and I just loved it. So I did make a start on that also. But here we go. And let me say, apologies if this is showing up backwards when you see it. I have worked on the settings on my camera, and no matter what I do to it, sometimes it will film correctly and sometimes it's filming backwards. So apologies for that, but hopefully you will be able to see this correctly when it posts. No. So let me find my, okay. I'm sorry. I had it right here in front of me. And, okay, right here it is. So what I don't know if I said this or not. What I have done, the part I have gotten done on this is the house, the cat, and I've got this tree or vine or whatever, and the leaves done on this side. And now I'm coming up this side with I've just got the brown stitched. here. So that's what I have done on this. Now, this is 14 count. I think I may have already said that. Oatmeal Aida. I'm not truly happy with the coverage I'm getting on that. It's funny that I've stitched all these years on 14 count, and now I'm getting to where I want to stitch on 16 and 18 count. It's all of a sudden bothering me about the coverage. So, I don't know. But I love this little cat on top of the house. Because, you know, we love cats here. We've gone through several cats. And so we love cats. We're down to our kitten that my daughter got in December. You may hear him right now. He's at the door meowing. So we're down to the kitten. His name is Bandit, and he's a black and white. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen him. He's a character. Sometimes I'm sorry. Sometimes we call him Psycho. He does some crazy stuff, but we love him. We love him. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you from this book, I actually just kitted up. Have to slow down and pronounce my words. I just kitted this up last night. Got all my colors, my floss colors together, and picked out my Aida cloth. So this is called Keeping Room. And I love all the little houses, the Saltbox houses. Oh, you all, I love it. I have seen it for years. I've had this for years. It's nothing new to me. I just, for some reason, had not stitched this. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Now, when I pulled the colors, they look very bright. They look very bright on this. But when I pulled the colors for it, they aren't quite as bright as it looks like on this right here. But, I mean, even if it was, it's really cute. So, yes. I think I had all the colors except one. And here we go. I'm just going to show you if I can get these right. I want him to fall out of my hand. Some people are good at this and some people are not. I am not good at this. But here are some of the colors. And there's sorry, you're seeing my hands. Okay, so there are some of the colors. And I don't know, maybe they will show up as bright as it looks like in the book. Then I have those two on bobbins. So I think it's going to be really cute. I picked out a 18 count piece of Aida that I'm going to cross stitch this on. And I'm really excited to get started. I think I'll get started after I finish filming this Flosstube. And get some progress made on that. But I am not sure. I'm going to wait. And I'm just going to start with like the houses and things like that. And then I'm going to decide if I want to use the words and the borders, or if I just want a little narrow piece uh, with all the houses and the motifs that come with them. So we'll see how that one goes. There's another one called, in another magazine I have, I'll show that, and another Flosstube called Meeting Room, and it's really cute too. So we'll see how I decide to do that. But I'm excited about this. So that's 3 projects in one magazine, y'all. I have said many times, out of all the magazines that I have, I could probably take just one magazine every year and just completely stitch from it. But like, I'm too nosy. I want to get into all the other magazines too. So I'm not sure if that will ever work for me to say, oh, I'm just going to stitch from one book. Yeah. I mean, I could get a lot of progress done and stitch things that I wanted to, cross stitch for 20 years, 30 years. But, yeah, I'm just too nosy. I'm too nosy about other patterns and other books. Yeah. So, maybe one year I'll do that as a challenge, but not this year. Okay. You pause for just 1 second. All right. I have something very special that I want to share. It is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, the summer 2024 issue. Here we go. And okay, so before we move on, let's just take a moment. Let's take a moment to enjoy this piece of beauty right here. For the outdoors people, camping people, that is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So let's just take a few more seconds and enjoy that. Okay, that is not what I'm going to show you in the book, but I love this. This is on my plans to cross stitch one day. So in the book, there's a patriotic design that I absolutely fell in love with. I saw it when I bought the book back in 2024. And I thought one day I am going to cross stitch this. So now we have come up on the year of our nation's 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And I thought this is the perfect time to stitch this. And it's called Land That I Love. And there we go. Is that not gorgeous? But let me tell you, it's even more beautiful in person. I started this, I think it was on an 18 count white Aida. And unfortunately, I don't have my progress to show you because my Aida went missing. Yeah. My Aida cloth that I started this in has gone missing. It will show up. But this is beautiful. And, I just now got a thought of where that might be. So I'm going to pause and see if I get, lucky and find that piece of Aida cloth. So you can see where I have gotten so far on this. If not, then I'll just use the picture to tell you, where I was at. But it will pop up at some point, if not, when I go to look. Okay, I found it. I found it. And I realized that I told you wrong. I did not start it on an 18 count piece of Aida cloth. It is a 16 count, it looks like a cream color. And as I look at this, I am not liking the coverage. I don't like the cream. I don't know why I started it on that. So I will probably do a restart on this. So here, okay, let's do the reference again. All right, I have done part of this house. Whoops. And some of this tree. So it's not like a ton of work that, you know, if I was farther into it, I would probably be like, no way, I'm not going to restart this. But I'm not all the way into it, and it goes really fast. I mean, just like what I have stitched on here so far, it went really fast. I was really enjoying stitching that. But I will show you where I'm at. There it is. But it's going to get a restart. It's going to get a restart. So I think that this is going to be absolutely gorgeous when done. It absolutely, when I see this, I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. So there it is. Let's see who the designer on this is. Okay. Okay, right up here, it says the designer's name. And it's such a beautiful piece. I think the only reason I stopped while I was stitching this was because I didn't have all the colors called for. I'll have to check that. I'll have to check that again later. But there's also, in this same book, let's see, there was one I wanted to show you, but I can't without showing the design. But here's another one. This is just sweet for a quick stitch. Very cute. So all these magazines and things, they have beautiful pieces in them to cross stitch. That's why I can't stick to one magazine and stitch from it, because I'm too nosy about the other magazines and the other books and all the releases and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So now we'll move on to, let's see, what do I want to move on to? Okay. Check my time. I'm going to quickly running out of time on here. I have this book from Twin Peak Primitives. I started this project. I actually started it, didn't like the fabric, restarted it, didn't like the fabric, started again. Y'all, I have had a problem about starting and restarting in fabrics since this whole year. I don't know what my problem is, but I don't like it. I don't like having this kind of problem. Uh, but this, so needless to say, since I've restarted so much, I don't have a huge progress on this. But I did land on a 18 count piece of vintage country mocha Ada. And I started in the white for the lighthouse. So that's only as much as I've gotten done with it. Is that right there? I'm trying to work my way, like right below this section is where it's got the American flag. And I'm trying to work my way to that because I want to see that as I do the rest of the stitching on it. So right there we have. So I'm kind of up in this area right now with my stitching. I would have loved to had this, color of blue in an 18 count or some form of blue that would have gone with this in an 18 count. I just didn't have it. But I think it will still be just fine on this. I started a lot of little bitty smalls. Little bitty. And I didn't finish not one of them since the last time I did a Flosstube. I just kept starting and starting. So you'll see that probably next week. I'll probably film for next week. So you'll see that then. Okay. What else? Okay, I do want to share this. Checking my time. Okay. The Ultimate Cross Stitch Travels book. Now, I was shocked to look at this. I think it says it's 2018, from 2018. I don't feel like I've had it that long. So maybe if you all have that magazine, you could correct me. But this magazine has a lot of really cute designs and motifs. A lot of motifs if you're into like stitching some small things and, very sweet stitches. This one has got it. This is another one a person could probably take and stitch from all year long. But again, I'm too nosy. I got to be into all the other stuff. I cannot show you a picture of this because there is no picture. But it's a page that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 motifs on it. They're camping outdoors motifs. And the way it's laid out on the page, they didn't mean it to be this way. But I looked at it and I decided I could totally make this as is, as it's on the page. I can make this into a little sampler, outdoor sampler type of project. And that's what I did. Some of you have seen this from where I started it a few years ago. I got, here's my design, what I did. The tea kettle and the cast iron pan with the bacon and the eggs. I loved stitching that. That was so fun. So just for reference, I came over, there's like another little motif here that it looks like a patch that someone would buy, an iron-on patch that someone would buy to put, iron onto a jacket, like if you're a hiker or something like that. It's really cute. It's got a mountain scene inside of it. This brown that you see is going to be starting the border around that patch. Very sweet. I'm hoping to work on that some. I don't know. I might do some for this week, so I could show when I film again. Hopefully next Wednesday, I will try to be back. On the other side of this teapot is a thermos and a cup of steaming coffee will be there. So that's sweet too. And yeah, it'll be a surprise each time you see it. If you love the outdoors, I think you will like this project. This is an antique 14 count antique blue Ada that I got at Hobby Lobby way back. Our Hobby Lobby, the ones around us, their choice of fabrics is getting pretty low. I've been disappointed the last times I've been to look at fabrics. So I hope that something changes with that. So let's see. Next, let me check my time. Okay, I'm going to be out of time in just a few minutes, so I don't want to cut too short. So I think I will end this and post it. And everyone have a blessed week and happy stitching.